Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Karix, and today we're going to be doing another little quick start guide for Pegu. Now Pegu is a country that we just completed a full campaign for on the Twitch channel, and there will be a timeline of final thoughts for that. But let's start off today with a SWOT analysis, looking at the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of Pegu and how to get started, how to devise opening moves and things like that. In episode 2 we'll actually do the opening moves. Well, let's just figure out what the situation is with Pegu. Now, again, this is something that I have a little bit of recent experience with since the Leviathan DLC that just came out. And we were playing with Leviathan on patch 1.31. So one of the things is Pegu's got a bunch of a new and unique missions specific to Pegu, which is kind of nice. So this might be a good place to actually just start and kind of get a sense of what we need to do here. Okay, so it wants us to develop these two provinces up to 20. What do we got right now? 12, 8. Okay, so we need to get a full 20 extra development between those 8 into one, 12 into the other, and that will get us a the capital be renamed. Oh, the center of trade level in Pegu will be increased by 1. I don't even remember reading that originally. So we'll probably want to get it to level 2 initially, and then we'll do that to make it level 3. I don't even think I remember reading that originally. That's interesting. And then we'll also get until the end of the game minus 20%. I didn't realize it was till the end of the game. Well, there's been some patches, to be fair. There's been a number of patches since we were starting this campaign, literally I think a day before the actual patch. I think we were playing on the pre-patch when we started this campaign. And luckily the campaign never went corrupted or anything like that. We actually didn't really have too many actual issues playing with the Leviathan patch and Pegu. We had a good time. So that's something we want to keep in mind. That minus 20% would be really good if we wanted to dev up Renaissance, or if we wanted to dev up colonialism after Renaissance and things like that. We also want to, it says here that if we take these 3 provinces, we'll get permanent claims on the rest of Bengal. So unfortunately, this is actually owned by Bengal. So there's really no way that we're going to quickly be able to get all 3. Because Bengal is definitely stronger than us, and if they ally, in our game, they allied Jaunpur. They should hate each other, but they allied Jaunpur, and that created a pretty fierce block that we had to eventually punch through. But if they don't ally Jaunpur, and maybe Jaunpur and Orissa team up against Bengal or something, it might be easier to snake in and get that province. We'll have to see. But that gives us a bunch against Bengal, and then we have a mission to do Bengal. Over here, subjugate. Okay, this gives us a subjugation on Lanyang if we complete it. This wants us to and permanent claims on the Central Burma and Upper Burma. Here we go. Here's Central Burma and Upper Burma. So the heart of Ava, the highest development provinces in for Ava here, including this this monument. It looks like. So basically, we want to take these 2 provinces. If we control these 2 provinces one way or another, then we'll be able to get a subjugation, right? Yeah, subjugation CB on Lanyang, or Lanyang here, Lanya. I'm not sure how we say that. I'm sorry, guys. This is just telling us that it wants us to have at least 5 temples in the monastic order, and then we'll get a discount on upgrading our monuments, because there are other missions that have us upgrading. We have a monument here that needs to be level 3 for one of our missions. We also have a monument here that's just really good because it gives us extra diplomatic reputation, diplomatic relations. But there's no mission. There's no specific mission to getting this one done. 2 extra diplomatic relations and 2 diplomatic reputation, minus 20% advisor cost. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, but it'll be a while before we can get to level 3 most likely. Okay, so we know we need to take these 2 provinces, and we probably want to try to take. This isn't even as much of a rush because it does require getting this. But if we take these, we'll at least be poised to strike on Bengal if something does happen and the moment arises to take out this province. So these guys here are actually tributaries of Ava. That is important to note. In fact, Ava has like a lot of tributaries around it. But if we attack Ava by themselves, is about to be our strength on land, right? I mean, of course, we have the Navy, but it's not going to help us because Ava's landlocked. So we're about even with Ava as it stands. And if we attack Ava, their tributaries don't come and defend them. It's just that, but their allies will if they do get individual allies. It's just that if we attack these guys here, Ava will be involved in that. Now, we could easily stack wipe either of these groups here and then be bracing for Ava's fight. We just got to see if we can get in there quick enough. And it's hard to say exactly who we're going to want to attack. Now, typically, I will say, these guys tend to ally each other. These guys will ally each other, and attacking these guys is a good way to attack these guys without getting Ava involved. So I think the highest priority right now is to get a claim on this guy. And this will give us the opening to attack potentially one of these two guys. Now, sometimes, unfortunately, these guys will actually ally Athuthaya, which is kind of a problem. We do need to actually see, and who likes, oh, Athuthaya does not like us. They're hostile. Does anyone care for an alliance? Ooh, not even a royal marriage from Lan Yang? Of course, these guys want an alliance. Khmer always dies. Khmer gets wrecked. I do not want to ally Khmer. I do not want to ally them. Russia's going to be too far away to care about us, I'm pretty sure. They have too many diplomatic relations. Bengal's not going to like us. I mean, they're hostile against us. Yeah, no way. Ava's rivaled us. We should probably just rival them. No, we're going for it. In fact, actually, interestingly enough, what if we allied these guys? This is some higher development land, if I remember correctly. 17, 12, it's not bad. I would never be able to diplomatically vassalize them, but having them as an ally could be okay. I wonder if these guys are actually pitted against each other here. No, they're not. I think there's an argument to say that maybe we should ally them, but what I want to do is I want to see if we can get Lan Yang. Lan Yang would be a good and there we go. We can get the royal marriage. That could lead to an alliance, hopefully. We just have to unpause to be able to get that. I think over here, oh man. What is Malacca? They're probably too far away to care. Yeah, too far away to care. Athuthai, there's no way. There's no way. Royal marriage? Yeah, let's try to ally these two guys. Let's try to ally these. And see what we can do with that. Khmer, it's like, we have plenty of relationship slots. We could pick up Khmer too, but Athuthai is going to attack Khmer, regardless of whether they're allied to us. We're not going to deter them. What I want to see is I want to see Khmer get other strong alliances. Oh, see these guys. They've said that Khmer is their enemy, so that's not going to work out so well. And they've actually, yeah, Athuthai has rivaled them. Dai Viet. Oh, interesting that these two guys haven't rivaled each other. I don't know why that is. They might still rival each other if we give it a little bit of time. Looks like there's a decision we could do. Missionary strength, a max promoted culture. Hey, why not? No reason not to do that. We have 2 unassigned merchants. Now, I think the only thing we can really do with our merchants is... will it let us reach out here? No. Will it let us reach there? No. It lets us, well, it lets us reach to here, but that doesn't really do much for us because this doesn't push, this only pushes to Bengal. It doesn't push to Burma. There's no way that collecting in Bengal is going to be worth it. No way. But if we take these merchants and we have them transferring trade, one, I think they could do a couple things. One, we could have them specialized actually in, yeah, we could, where's the improve relationship one? Yeah, spy network 20%, 25%. Improve relations 15%. So we can have them here and just have them improving relations in this area and helping us butter up these different nations and just create, happiness over here, or, minimize the effects of warmongering and stuff. That could be kind of nice. Low Crownland. Let's snag the land first and foremost. Let's get a Diet. Okay, it wants Pegu. Well, we already know that we need to dev up Pegu. We need to get this to 20 eventually. So that could be an easy way to get one of these done and get 10 prestige, which, I mean, who cares about prestige really, but it's an easy one to do early. Yeah, I don't think I want to build a castle. It's going to be way too expensive. 200 gold. We already have a castle in Pegu. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of these 30% trade power ones. I mean, I'm pretty sure this would require in Ava, but this would require us literally conquering all of this. That would take years, that would take decades probably. Do we get free claims on the area or something when we take this? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so sometimes this could be a nice one. In this case, it's just not going to happen quickly enough, so I think we have to take the top. Let's go through here and see what we have. +3 karma when you add a temple. We're not going to really be destroying temples, but we will be adding temples. And karma in general, when we go in aggressive war, karma is going to be going down. And if we keep our karma near the middle, -33 or +33, we end up getting 5% discipline, 2 diplomatic reputation, which is, you know, pretty good. I mean, two diplomatic reputation really is quite strong diplomatically. Of course, 5 discipline is great militarily. But as we do offensive wars, it's going to go down pretty fast. So really, it's going to be a battle to keep it up. It's not really, we're not going to have an issue of having too much karma. That's not going to be an issue. So I'm going to grab this. It's also just 10-10, right? 10 influence, 10 influence and 10 loyalty. So it's just going to make the monastic order just happier and more efficient and more productive. Stability hit when going to war, but a development cost reduction. Yeah, we're probably going to be going to war quite a bit, so we probably don't want to do that one. What's our economy look like? We can't afford advisors. We cannot afford advisors. So there's no point in getting those ones that increase the cost of stability cost modifier, because we're probably going to need, we might need a little bit of stability. I haven't looked at our ruler to see, but let's just do the oversight. Let's just do the basic ones here. Music's flaring up on us a little bit here. Our manpower is going to be fine. I know it's only -3.2, but we're really just not making that much money. And this also doesn't improve the equilibrium, it only improves the influence. So this can make the nobility a little bit harder to deal with. I kind of like, I've been taking the supremacy of over the crown. It just makes everybody way happier. It just means that they do their own, they summon their own agendas, rather than us having to go and click the button all the time. Although I think the cooldown still exists. So if we go and click it, then the cooldown is still on cooldown. But there's really not much of a penalty to do supremacy over the crown. It just makes everybody super happy and influential, which is good as long as they're happy. I think that's good for that. I do like this one, command of the military, +1 yearly army tradition. It's like, let's go. Recruiting leaders, though, adds noble influence, which is kind of intense. I think that might have been a new change with 1.31. Local development cost -5%. Tropical climate. That's pretty good. 10-10. Yeah, let's go. This will make the trade, the fleets cheaper. What the heck? Let's just go for it. I like leaving one spot available for the indebted to the merchants. We could go with the free enterprise. However, well, their influence isn't quite there yet, so... However, we might end up getting the commercial advisory board eventually. So I think we're to save the 2 slots for commercial advisory board and then being able to do indebted to the merchants. We're not going to get free enterprise. Commercial advisory board will give us the 5% we need to get up to 63%, so that'll get us up into that golden 60 plus per section for loyalty. We're gonna need a general. Do we like our heir? Our heir is average, but a good distribution with the extra admin, I think. Interestingly enough, though, the heir is relatively old. Like, I mean, a young heir, but I mean, is not much younger, or sorry. The heir is like a brother or something, right? There's only an 8-year difference here. Has a strong claim and is an embezzler. And it's just average. Literally average. Oh man, we have a naive enthusiast? That's annoying. Construction cost is cheaper, but I don't know if we're going to be doing much construction cost in their lifetime. A 354. See, this, our ruler is like above average. Yeah, our ruler is like literally, instead of having this 2, we have a 5. And then the 4 and the 3 are just flipped. So the ruler is good. The ruler is good. We have too much Diplo, so I'd like to push off of Diplo. But do we do military or do we do admin? Maybe we do admin. Let's roll the heir. I'm sure everything will be fine. Hey, the air is fantastic. Holy cow, let's go. Do we have them drill? Are we going to be going to war sooner than that? But it's going to take a certain amount of time. It's only going to take like a year. It's not going to take that long before we could be attacking these guys. We are going to want to strike fast, especially because the alliance networks can get really, really, really frustrating in this region. So we've looked at our missions. We know what's going on. We could look here and say, okay, we got the extra merchant, right, which we can't even really use right now very effectively. But I believe by having merchants in these posts here, even if they're transferring down, not really doing anything for our here, I believe just having merchants transferring trade will actually give us a bonus where we collect trade, and we should be getting a bonus here. And this number, it might not be, well, this needs to reset, right? You have to wait a month for the trade to get calculated correctly. Okay, here it is, 0.96. I believe this number will go up. It won't go up to 1.93, but it should go up a little bit. It should go up a little bit, I think. Interestingly enough, we start off with the mandala system, which gives us less governing capacity, but it gives us extra vassal force limit, income from vassals, and can concentrate development without losses, which is pretty nuts. But to be fair, I find that with Pegu, you're not really doing the vassalization game like you would with Athuthaya, who starts off with subjects and has other nations to be, primed to be subjugated in mission stuff. We do have missions for subjugations, but it's much later on. I actually kind of like switching this over. I know this will be later on, but I kind of like going Eastern plutocracy. It makes the noble influence less, which is nice. And it allows plutocratic ideas, enables merchant republic mechanics. Oh, interesting. I don't remember this actually kicking in. I don't remember some of this actually kicking in, to be honest. You place the trade ports and stuff. But either way, I found that the extra merchant is actually quite nice later on. And I think you have to, yeah, that's right. You have to have Eastern plutocracy in order to do this. Plus 30% trade range and plus 5% trade efficiency. That's pretty nice. Whereas this one, it's like prestige, legitimacy, air increase per month. It's like a bunch of stuff that it doesn't, to me, this is a more appealing combination than these two for Pegu specifically. So that's something to keep in mind. And of course, the achievements that we're going for with Pegu is Sailormon. We should have mentioned this earlier. Sailormon, 100,000 sailors is Pegu. So that's just going to be conquering a lot of land until we have a lot of coasts and docks and things. And then the other one is to get 50 provinces not of the Mon culture. Where's our culture here? Do I have it over here? So we have a certain amount of Mon culture, right? All of our provinces are Mon. But as we just continue to conquer other provinces, they won't be of the Mon culture. And once we get 50 provinces, that other one will be finished. That one's a pretty easy one. Just basically conquering 50 provinces. Pretty easy. Yeah, our culture group is actually terrible. That is kind of worth noting, that our culture group has got to be one of the worst in the entire game. We start off with like this little bit of Mon culture here. There's a couple of Mon provinces in Athuthaya. And then you have Khmer is technically part of the culture group. Khmer's culture, the Khmer culture group. Which isn't even connected. It's awful. Whereas this culture group is like, okay, let's go. You got all this up here too. This culture group's not amazing, but it's better than ours. Look at that culture group. Holy cow, look at the Malaya culture group. Let's go. See, that's pretty hype. That's all one culture group. Are you serious? Anyways, yeah, we have a terrible culture group. But that's just how it goes, I guess. There's no way we can afford these advisors. I think we've looked at everything. Guys, thank you so much, everybody. Oh, we got to figure out what to do with our production. What is our force limit? We haven't looked at this yet. And we know that our money... Oh, man, this is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. We can use these to project trade. That should... Actually, what did it say there? 0.0. Well, I guess maybe it'll cover its costs, cover its own costs. We're not going to be doing anything with Navy for a while. Well, these guys technically have a Navy. I think we'll leave these ships on standby, but we might mothball them in the future or even potentially get rid of them. Actually, this is an inland sea here. This is an inland sea, so galleys are effective, and all the way down, all inland seas now since 1.31. So galleys are going to be very prevalent in these areas, and all these nations will be building galleys. Everything from this point on, like all of the Dharma countries, will be building heavies and lights. They won't be building galleys. Because all of this is just open ocean, even around the coastal areas and stuff. Even in the sort of this little delta in here. So we have that situated there. We've looked at our navy. I don't know. We might want an admiral or something just for the fun of it, but I think we'll be fine without an admiral. Guys, thanks everybody for watching this quick start guide and sort of just discussion of Pegu and sort of devising a plan and looking at the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats of the country. And we will be back with opening moves in the next episode. If you guys have any questions, please ask down below and we'll get those questions answered. Thank you everybody for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.